Hi. A few days ago, I made a community post asking you to share one of your nightmare moments. And here's one of mine. It was, I think, 2001. I was mixing a musical for a few weeks, but I took that over from a colleague. So he had done the rehearsals and programmed the desk. And the desk was a Yamaha PM1D, so the first large format console from Yamaha, which I was not familiar with. I'd never used, and in general, I didn't know much about digital in these early days. For example, I wasn't aware about the function called recall save. For me, digital was total recall, always. So after like 2 days, I was still busy learning the show and I didn't really have the time to understand the file and the routing and everything. The monitor engineer came over in the afternoon and said, "Can I have a look at that console? I've never seen one of those in the wild." And I said, "Yes, sure." So I recalled scene number 0, initial data, for him to play with it. So when he was done with that, I went back to scene number 1, first scene of the musical. Not knowing that the other guy had routed all the vocals through subgroups for some basic EQing and some basic compression and everything. And all these subgroups were on recall save, of course, because he wanted to be able to change the EQ in scene number 1 and then keep that EQ throughout the entire show. Okay, show starts. First singer comes on stage, starts singing, nothing. So I jump to that channel, realizing it's not routed to the master bus. So I press left and right, the voice way too loud and sounding pretty horrible. Next singer comes on the stage, nothing. Jump to the channel, same thing. Left and right, way too loud, not sounding very nice, at least. Now, of course, at that moment, I understood something was terribly wrong here, but I had no time to wrap my head around it because there were singers coming and I had to route them all to the master bus and taken them down. And every time I recalled a new scene, I didn't know the show well enough to maybe mix the entire show from that one scene. I needed the scenes, and there were more than 100. Every time I recalled a new scene, I had to quickly find out who was involved into that scene and then quickly route them onto my master bus. And just living with the fact that they weren't sounding very well. And I got some comments about that night. So the next day I had to come in really early to, first of all, really understand what was happening. And then I had to go through all the recall saves and disable them. Of course, keeping in mind where they were, and then recall scene number 1 with total recall, and then enable all the recall saves again. So that's how I learned about recall saves the hard way. I'll see you around.